Alright guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Alright, check it out. Today I'm going to show you how to change the inner tie rod on a 2004 Ford Explorer. Now we just got here, didn't diagnose anything. The customer called us up, wanted that replaced. So that's what we're going to do. So I got it jacked up already, and let me show you safety measures. Safety first. Alright, so let's check that out. Alright, as you can see, I got it jacked up. Always secure it with jack stands. There's my jack stand up under there. And I leave my hydraulic jack up there as an extra precaution. Now this driveway is on the incline, so I also got the emergency brakes locked up. Even though that one wheel is up in the air, the other one is on the ground. So the first thing we do, got our cardboard down here because we don't want to dirty up the driveway. Get the cardboard down, and let's take this tire off. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, the first thing I'm gonna do is remove this tire. So I got a deep 19mm socket, 1/2-inch drive, impact, or you can use a 3/4 19mm, the same thing. Just to let you know, this vehicle is a 2-wheel drive. Alright, let me get that compressor off and we'll be right back. Alright, the next thing we're going to do, sometimes doing the inner tie rod, sometimes when you take this boot off, that seal might be leaking. So you want to put a drain pan up under there. More than likely it's not, but just to be sure. The next thing we're going to do is disconnect the outer tie rod. You know what, let me turn the wheel all the way to the left so you can see this a lot better. Alright, right back. Alright, what we got here, here's your outer tie rod. And here I have a castle nut. And there's a cotter pin in there. So what we gotta do is get a screwdriver, something, and try to wedge that thing. Get that thing out of there. This is at a bad angle. This is at a really bad angle. You see that cotter? See how I got that cotter pin? Put it down. And that's all I need to do is back it up just a little bit. Just that come out just a little bit so I can grab a pair of needle nose or wire cutters and grab that out of there. Pain. Put my other screwdriver. Get my bigger screwdriver up here. There we go. Just enough. Alright. Let's see if our wire cutters can grab that just enough. And you see how I'm using like a pry bar on it. Pry bar effect. See it's coming out? Okay, got that out. And let's see what size this is. Alright, it's 21mm or 13/16. So, let's get our air gun. With our 21mm 1/2-inch drives socket with our air gun. Buzz that right off of there. Alright, we're going to just set that to the side with our lug nuts. Let's put it over here next to this piece of wood. There we go. Alright, let me set you up here, over here. Now the next thing, what you're going to do is what's called shock and awe. What you got to do is you got to pop that outer tie rod out of that spindle. And what you do, take you a big hammer, not the rubber end. You want to use the metal end. And what you want to do is you want to make sure you don't hit the threading down here. You want to make sure you hit right there on the spindle. You're going to hit that hard enough that that joint's going to pop right out. So that pops right out. There we go. The next thing we're going to do is, now in order to get this tie rod, the inner tie rod out, we got to take this boot out of here. And we're going to see how this boot is held on. I'm about to pop that clamp off. So let me see how we're going to do this. See if we can set this camera up further inside here. Now inside here, there's a ring that's holding this dust boot on to the rack, and we got to get that thing off. So, matter of fact, better off if you go this way. Yeah, you can see the ring right there. Alright. Now I don't care about that ring. I don't care if it breaks. So what I'm going to do is get me, because I can't even get to the other side of this like I want, get me a long pry bar or something. I'm going to hit that with a hammer. I'm going to break that. Alright, be right back. Alright, we're in there. Got my long pry bar. And what I need to do is make sure my pry bar can get right in there. Onto that clip just like that. And hit it. Gonna get more of the angle here. Go. Now I'm putting it sideways. Here we go. Get that clamp right off of there. Okay, that's cool. Let's back up. Come back around this way. And now what we're going to do here is right here, there's a clamp. And we're just going to take us a little needle nose or something, squeeze it together, and pull this clamp back. Alright? Be right back. Alright, got my pair of needle nose vice grips. What I'm going to do here is squeeze this stuff. Oh, I'm talking to the people. I'm sorry. No, that's okay. Squeeze this clamp together here. And I'm going to bring that back. Yeah, I guess it ain't going to go that easy, is it? There we go. And yeah, good. Let's pull this boot back. And you can pull it off to the other side because the clamp. Let's get that clamp up there. Alright, there's the clamp that we took off. And this right here is our inner tie rod. Alright, now, but before we do that, what I want you to do is go back over here. And I should have did this from the beginning. Let's put our tie rod back, the outer tie rod back in there. Get you a 7/8 wrench, and this nut over here that's locking in the tie rod. What you're gonna do is go like from this end. It's gonna be like you're tightening it. That's all you want to do is just loosen it up, right there. See that? That's all you want to do. Loosen it up. All right, now pop it back out. Now the outer tie rod, counterclockwise. You want to spin that off. Just like that. Okay, the next thing we're going to do not take this nut off yet. Now we're going to mark it. So we're gonna push our thing back up there, and let's go get us a marker. Be right back. All right, let's zoom in a little bit right here. And what I got here, a little marker. And what I'm going to do here is mark behind the nut, so I know now that's my point. So now what I can do is put this back up, hold the tie rod into place, and I can take this nut off. And now I know when I put it back on, I know exactly where it goes on the new one. Now, so it's still in a way a good idea to get a alignment after doing this, but this will put you really close. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's off. The next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna let this set for just a second or so. Let that dry up, so when you pull this boot off, it don't take that with it. So let's go over here, pull it off. Our mark is still on. Take our ring off. Now we're ready to do the tie rod. Be right back. All right, here we go. Ready to take that off. Now what you want to do is go inside. Now I'm gonna go inside, put the key in the ignition, and I'm gonna turn the wheel all the way like I'm doing a left turn, which is gonna bring this tie rod all the way out here, so we can better get to it. So watch this. Okay, now it's a good idea to get you a special tool in a tie rod tool set, but Tim ain't having that right about now. So I'm used to doing, I did these before, and what I did was take me a 1 7/16 inch wrench. Comes out to be 36 millimeter. So if you get about a 38 millimeter, because what I did was open that end up with my grinder just a little bit. And by doing that, see, what you want to do is grab on, there's the nut part right there. You want to grab onto that. And see that? My wrench fits right up there. Look at that. There we go. It's a little bit loose, but it fits right up there. Alright, so let me set the camera up and get this loose. Be right back. Alright, check this out. This one's kind of weird because the wrench I grinded out was a 1 7/16. Where's the one I grinded out? There we go. You know, it's up there, but it's kind of loose. Now here's the new one, and you can see I fit up there. Perfect. Maybe I shouldn't have ground that out, but it doesn't matter. I got a 1 7/16 inch wrench right here, or 36 millimeter. Look at that, perfect. Now this thing fits up there. I mean, it goes up there clockwise. So to loosen it, you're gonna go counterclockwise. So set up right about here. Get up under here. Make sure you can see that. See that? Okay. There we go. Just broke that loose. And that's all I have to do now. Is just continuing to turn it counterclockwise. Until it comes off. You can see that it's got a lot of play in it. Wow. Alright, right back. Alright, there's our new one now. And now you're gonna be wondering, like, alright, how are you gonna know where to put the nut at on that one? Easy. Use a measuring tape. So what I'm gonna do is take the measuring tape, measure where the end of that line right here, and this looks like almost like exact 2 inches. So I know that's because I know that's where my nut stops at. All right. So what we're gonna do is get our marker over here. We're gonna go over here, and we're gonna measure 2 inches. Now I know that nut has got to stop right there. Look at that. Perfect. I'm gonna let that dry for a second, but in the meantime, while it's drying, let's put this in. Now, as the other one you saw, I used a 1 7/16, and you see this? See how the 1 7/16 won't go up there, but on the old one, it's perfect. So what we gotta do here is go to the one that I had made this a while ago, chiseled out. Oh, wrong one. Here it is. And that goes up there perfect. So I'll be able to tighten that up. Nice. Alright. So let's go over here. And what we're gonna do here, let's turn this in. And keep turning until it stops. Okay, that's nice and tight right there. All right, let's get our wrench up under there, and we're gonna tighten that up. It looks like the seal is not leaking anything, so that's great. So let's go up here and tighten this up. Yeah, there we go. All right, that's in there. That is in there. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is let's go in there and turn our wheel all the way back to the right. All right, put it back. All right, turn the wheel to the right a little bit. Let's get our tools and old tie rod out of the way. Nothing came out of here. Now for the dust boot. Now, check this out. Now this dust boot, you see that little tube down in there? You can see that. You want to make sure that hooks up right into that little part, that little section right there. And the clamp, don't even worry about it. This is a dust boot, so you don't really have to worry about nothing sealing completely and all. So to get you a long wire tie, wire tie, and we're gonna put that on. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is, because that's pretty dry, we're gonna slide our boot on. Great. Alright, and we're gonna go up there and we're gonna make sure, let's go up under there. Let's get this out of the way because we don't need this no more. Now I'm getting up under there. This is a Ford Explorer. This thing is heavy. So guys, girls, I'm telling you, really, make sure that thing is secured with the emergency brakes on. Alright, let's get up under here. Here we go. Now we want to make sure that line goes right inside here. Let's get a little screwdriver here to help this out a little bit. But of course, there we go. Alright, there we go. We're up there. And once that's on, just like that, we get our wire tie and we're going to put it around there. So let me put the wire tie around it and we'll be right back. Alright, as you see, I got my wire tie around it. I didn't tighten it up yet. I'm going to show you guys. Now, and make sure the wire tie, make sure it's a nice thick one. And then we're gonna pull it tight. There we go. Make sure it's nice and tight. And if you can, get the metal one. The metal one's even better. There we go. So we're gonna cut this end off. We're good to go. Let's go back out. Right back. All right, we are in the home stretch. All right, now let's push this boot back. And you're gonna see a little. Matter of fact, let me get the old one and show you. Here's the old one. You see how those two little rings right there? The boot goes right between there. So there's our rings right there. So we're gonna bring this forward just a little bit. A little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, perfect. Look at that. Perfect. Now we're gonna get our snap ring and put that back on. Be right back. All right, let's get a close up of this. Because now we're gonna put this thing on. Now last time I had a little difficulty getting it on with the needle nose, so now I'm gonna just use regular vice grips. I'm gonna put the clamp on, bring it back. I'm gonna use my vice grips to squeeze it together and get it on there. Dang it, look at that. So they have more problems than doing it with the ding one. I'm trying to do this with, let's see if I can do it this way better. Man, this thing's still. I should just get a regular clamp and put up here. You know, why couldn't they? I should just put a dang wire tie up here. Okay, maybe that ain't gonna work. Give me those vice grips again. Give me those. Who thought of these things, man? Who actually thought of these things? Okay, just about there. You're kidding me, right? Yeah, of course. You're kidding me. Should just got a regular clamp. You know what? This is bull. Give me that. I'll be back. Alright. Got me a regular clamp because that was not working. Let's put that up there. Just like that. Look at that, quick, fast, in a hurry. And that's better than the original. Alright, next thing we're going to do, I gotta let the customer know that he's going to need some stabilizer bushings. You see that right there? The bushings are just gone. So we're going to need some stabilizer bushings over here. Alright, now we're going to get the new nut, and we know exactly where to stop at. So we're gonna bring that nut all the way back till it stops right there. And now we're gonna put the outer tie rod back on. You can tell by the joint if it's good, if it's tight. Like you see that one, see how it's hard to move? That's tight, that's good. You can tell by The old inner one, that was no good. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, the next thing we're going to do, let's put our outer tie rod on. And we're just going to keep on going till we bottom right at that nut over there. Now I know, now see right here is perfect, because if I go any more, I'm hitting up against the nut. So I know it's supposed to be right there, which is good. Then we're going to go over here, we're going to turn our spindle. Get that tie rod in there, just like that. And get our castle nut. Put it on the end over here. Now let me turn this wheel all the way to the left, so now we can get a good look at it. Alright, right back. Okay, we got the wheel all the way to the left. Now, this castle nut, let's take this back off. Now let's look around this tie rod, and you see that little hole right there in the tie rod? That's where the cotter pin got to go through. And so when you're tightening up this castle nut, it goes like this. That hole's got to line up with one of those slots, or you will never get that cotter pin in there. So that way, it's good to tighten that up with by hand. But me, half the time I'm hard-headed. So, I'm going to use my impact gun, 21 millimeter or 13/16. Get up under here. You do this so long, you get used to it. As you can see, it's lined up. And what I do, got me a new cotter pin. Put my cotter pin through there. And you notice how when I put the cotter pin through there, it's hitting up against the backing plate. But that's no problem. Because what I do here is, with my wire cutters, take my wire cutters, and first I'm going to do is take a screwdriver, and what I'm going to do is bend down just one of those tabs, just like that, bend the other one up, now I'm going to get my wire cutters and actually just pull that down and bring it across. Then I'm going to hit the other one up, bear it back. Alright, got my wire cutters here, I'm going to just take that and bend that one over. Bend this one back up. Oh yeah, there we are. Right over there. You couldn't see. Make sure our backing plate is away from the rotor when it spins. Alright, we're going to straighten this out and we're going to put this tire back on. I think I let the customer know you also need a upper ball joint. Man, that's really messed up. And his brakes are really new. So we'll be doing brakes too. So let's straighten this tire up and put this straighten this wheel up and put this tire back on. Be right back. You know, before I just forgot. Let's bring our nut back up against the tie rod and lock that into place. And this time, to lock it in place, we're going to be going clockwise. And it's not a lot of pressure. Done. That's it. Now let's get our tire on. Be right back. Alright, guys, girls, when you go to tighten up a wheel, you want to make sure you don't tighten it up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to make sure you go into like a diagonal or like a star pattern. So that way the wheel goes on evenly, especially with aluminum wheels. So what I do is bring in one just to get the tire straight, and then I'll start from here and go back. We're done. Nice job. You see this? Look at that. I think, now I believe somebody might have told him he needs an inner tie rod, and did what I just did, but as you can see, that's that upper ball joint making that noise. So I gotta definitely let him know that. And with the brakes and the stabilizer links, bushings, I'll definitely let him know that. Probably the other side too. All right, let's let this car down. That's done. We'll be right back.
Alright, you guys just watched a video on how to do the inner tie rod on a 2002 Ford Explorer 2-wheel drive with a 4.0. Okay, hey, if you guys like videos with details, which our videos show a lot of details, but there's a lot of creators out there that show a lot of details in their work, check out our new website, toptechvideos.com. It's got a lot of different creators in it. It's not just Astral, and all of the videos have very detailed description and information about how to do the work. Alright, if you guys have any comments or questions, you can post them below in the comments section, or you can email Timmy at tim@astralautorepairs.com. Hope you paid attention. If not, watch it over again. And if we can't repair it, nobody can. See you next time.